Happy Tuesday, boys and girls. It's Miss Morton back with reading. And today we're going to start off by reading Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. So there's Pete the Cat with his white shoes on. It says art by James Dean and story by Eric Litwin. So Eric wrote the words, he wrote the story, and the art was done by James Dean, so he's our illustrator. All right. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. There's Pete the Cat walking in his bright white shoes. Let's see what song he sang. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. There he is, thinking about how much he loves his white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? What color? Let's turn the page to find out. Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. He said, everything is cool. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept singing, walking along and singing his song. Sing it with me. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. There he is in his blue shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He just kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White, but now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. What do you think he sang? I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. There he's walking and his shoes go squeak, 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 because they're so wet. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. There's Pete with one shoe as each color. There's a red, a brown, a blue, and a white shoe. Because it's all good. So no matter what happens, just keep walking along and singing your song because it's all good. Pete the Cat said so. The end. All right, now we're gonna do a little activity where we sort some stuff. And we're gonna separate some little cards into whether it's a sentence, a letter, or a word. Remember, a letter is just a letter all by itself, like one of these letters up here. A word has made up of letters, it has multiple letters, and a sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. It has lots of words put together. So first we have cat. Cat, is that a word, a letter, or a sentence? It's a word. We. W-E, we. Is that a letter, word, or a sentence? Is it got multiple letters? Yep, it's a word. Do. Do. Is that a letter, word, or sentence? All right, it's a word. Let's mix these up a little bit. I think they're in order still. All right. It's an S, just a plain S. Is that a letter, word, or a sentence? That's a letter. Oh no, dropping them. A P, is that a letter, word, or a sentence? A letter. What about H? Is that a letter, word, or a sentence? Just a letter by himself. The. See a letter, word, or sentence? Yeah, he's just a letter. Blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. B-L-U-E spells blue. Is blue a letter, word, or a sentence? He's a word. Good job. Dog. Dog. Is that a letter, word, or sentence? All right, he's a word. This says, I like blue. I like blue. Look, he starts with a capital letter and he ends with a period, so he is a sentence. This says, Pete is a cat. Look, he starts with a capital and ends with a period, so what is he? A sentence. Okay. I. This one's tricky. He could be either, couldn't he? Because we have the letter I and the sight word I. So I could be a letter or a word. We know this word, like. L-I-K-E, like. Is that a word or a sentence or a letter? It's a word. See. S-E-E-C. Is that a letter, word, or sentence? I see my bottle of water. It's a word. Yellow. Y-E-L-L-O-W spells yellow. It's a word. R-E-D, red. R-E-D, red. I can spell red. I can spell red. Red. What is he? He's a word. This is D. Is D a letter, word, or sentence? He's just a letter. What about R? Letter, word, or sentence? Just a letter. What about M? Yeah, M and He is a letter. What about I see Pete? I see Pete. He starts with a capital and he ends with a period, so he is a sentence. F. F, fun. He is a letter. T, top. T, top. Is that a letter, word, or sentence? Letter. C. C. Letter, word, or sentence? Letter. And our last one, A. A. Letter, word, or sentence? He is a letter. All right, now I want to talk to you about a worksheet page that you're going to do. Oops, I'm dropping things. So we just learned our new sight word, the. Look, he's up here in the corner, the. And you're going to get this paper and you're going to look in all of these little circles. In the circles that say the, I want you to color in. And then you can send a picture to your teacher. So you can use marker, crayons, colored pencils, anything you want. If the circle says the, and it's up here to help you, T-H-E, the. If the circle says the, I want you to color it in. All right? All right, and just like yesterday, we talked about nouns. We learned something else that nouns are, didn't we? Nouns name people, places, animals, and things. Let's make a list of nouns that were in our Pete the Cat book. This is gonna be long. Cat. Cat is a animal, so it's a noun. And Pete is a name, so that is a noun, isn't it? A name and an animal. All right, we talked about his shoes. Shoes are a thing, aren't they? So shoes are a noun. Again, he said he loves his white shoes. So shoes are a noun. He stepped in a pile of strawberries. Strawberries are a thing. So strawberries are a noun. And he loves his red shoes. Shoes are still a noun. Oh no, he stepped in a pile of blueberries. Are blueberries a thing? So are blueberries a noun? Yes, they are. Blueberries are a noun. He's saying, hey, I love my blue shoes, and shoes are still a noun. All right, mud. Is mud a thing? Yeah, so is mud a noun? Yes, it is. All right. And he loves his brown shoes. Are shoes a noun? Yes. And he stepped in a bucket of water. Is a bucket of water a thing? So is a bucket of water a noun? Or just a bucket's a noun too. All right, there's his wet shoes. Are his shoes still a noun? Yep, they're still a thing. Look at all those nouns in our story. That's pretty cool. All right, and just like yesterday, I want you to get a couple books. I want you to find a nice quiet spot, and I want you to practice your read to self. Your grown-up can set either a timer or keep track of how long you can do it and to build your stamina. So you sit down, find a nice quiet place where you don't have a lot of distractions. You put your eyes on your book and you read the whole time. Let's see if you can do it for 5 minutes today. That's a long time. And if you can't, that's okay. But I just want to challenge your brain to build that stamina. Can you read your book or your pictures for 5 minutes? Keep your eyes on your book the whole time. And what could we look for in our book? Remember our sight words. Let's go through those. Like, I, this is our new one, the, T-H-E, the. Let's go through them one more time. I'm gonna mix some up. All right, T-H-E, the. L-I-K-E, like. I. All right, good job, boys and girls. I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday for more reading.